this week's episode. I'm here with my grandma Melanie, and we're going to be making kopeh. Kopeh is a dish that my grandma has been making for a really long time, and she learned from her mom. And not many people know how to make this, so that's why we're going to be making it. We're going to be starting with the outer layer, which is the dough, and for that you will need 9 cups of rice, and we have pre-soaked this for about 3 hours in water. You can cut this recipe in half or quarters, just depending on how much you want, but we typically make it in large batches as we do freeze the dough. And we are using about 3 packages of red meat and chicken, and you can even do just all meat or just chicken. Now before we start, we're going to empty out the water in the rice.
برنج خیس شده، حالا میخوایم درستش کنیم. نمک میریزیم اول، بعد گوشت را اضافه میکنیم، گوشت چرخی. حالا گوشت چرخ شده قاطیش میکنیم، برنج رو که خیس شده بعد از چند ساعت. قاطیش میکنیم ببینیم کافیه این یا نه. فکر کنم بسش باشه. الان داریم قاطیش میکنیم گوشت و برنج رو که خیس کردیم به هم میزنیم، قشنگ قاطیش میکنیم، بردش میدیم تا یه دست بشه، بعد چرخش کنیم.
Now that we have ground up our meat and rice together one time, this is what it's going to look like, and you're going to want to ground it up again for a second time to give it a nice finer result.
حالا برای بار دوم دوباره چرخش میکنیم، یه چرخ دیگه.
After the meat has been grounded for a second time, you can see the color difference between the first time of grounding it up and the second time of grounding it up. Now that it has been mixed for a second time, we're going to mix it all together with some water so it doesn't stick to the gloves. Now that we have the meat portion done, we are going to move on to the filling and the sauce. Now that our dough has finished, we have made it into small meatballs. Your meatballs want to be about 1 tablespoon big, and you just scoop them right out. You don't want them to be too big, or they will, because you will stuff them with some filling. For the filling, you're going to need 4 onions, dried lemon, pepper, turmeric, salt, and fresh parsley and cilantro. We have also began working on our sauce for the meatballs, and we're going to move over to add our seasonings into it as well as water. Since we're using a food processor to chop our onions, you really only need to peel them into small chunks and then just add them to the food processor. We're going to add our cilantro and parsley into the food processor to chop until it's small enough. We're going to add the cilantro to the onions. We have removed the excess water from the onions as well. We're now going to add the turmeric, salt, dried lemon, and pepper into the mixture. You're going to mix till all the spices are incorporated.
You want
to add a little bit of oil into...
بریز کنم دیگه بریز. خب
I'm checking on the sauce and it's starting to boil. We had it covered, but we're gonna let it sit uncovered to let it simmer until we have finished our meatballs.
الان که این آماده شد این کوپه، حالا توشو گود میکنیم قشنگ. بعد از این پیاز و جعفری و روغن و اینا همه ریختیم، میذاریم وسطش. بعد به هم میاریم اینجور قشنگ، گردش میکنیم اینجوری. شده میندازیم تو سوسی که براش درست کردیم، آب گوجه و نمک و زرچوبه و اینا گذاشتیم. حالا میندازیم توش.
Now that we have added in our kopeh, we are going to add in 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. And then later on, in about an hour, once they've started cooking, we're going to add in some frozen grapes and okra to make the sauce taste even better. You can already smell all the lemon and the herbs in it. It's very fragrant. Now that the kopeh has been cooking for about an hour, we're going to add in the frozen grapes and okra. After an hour, our kopeh has finished cooking. We are going to try it now. Yummy. We have finished our final recipe of kopeh, and this concludes our last video of Persians in the kitchen.
Thank you for watching.
Yay!